Who goes there? You must be here for Prince Barrel's tournament. Do you have the appropriate papers? Oh, thank you. On your way then. Good luck in the tournament. Foolish Prince Barrel. If I didn't have to work today, I would have entered the tournament. Clearly anybody can beat that fool. Oh look, it's another competitor for my cousin's tournament. Oh look, here comes another fighter for the tournament. Any wagers on he'll beat the one to beat Prince Barrel? Any takers? Come on, takers. And next up in the tournament, get ready, begin. And the Viking is the winner. Are there any more challenges? Speak now.
I will challenge and I will win.
Alright, next up, we have the Viking versus the unknown fighter. Ready, begin. Wow, that was an amazing fight by the unknown fighter. And the winner is the unknown fighter.
Well, that was easy.
Guess who's back? Back again. Mikey's back.
Tell a friend.
Hey, everybody. Here we are with episode 45 of the Brick Chat. And we will be doing a live build on Rivendell today. But before I go any further, let me just say, if you like this stream or any of the content on the channel, please
like, comment, and subscribe.
And let's get into the Brick Chat episode 45 after the intro coming in.
Nah.
So, hello everybody and welcome. We truly do have a really big show lined up for everyone today.
Yeah, right, Mop Top, and I'm Ed Sullivan. Really big shoe. No, I can do it better. Really big shoe. Really big. That's it.
And so I want to just say to everybody, that are here bright and early, that this is actually our 1 year anniversary stream. Actually, our very first episode of the Brick Chat was March 20th of 2022. So we're 1 year and 1 day past our 1 year anniversary. And this is episode 45. And there's 52 weeks in a year. So
don't make me do some math.
So that means only 7 weeks we took off.
Only 7 weeks.
And most of them are in the summer.
Yep.
So, I think we've done pretty good in our first year in business here. And so, what are we doing today?
What are you doing?
What are you doing? What are you doing? No, what are you doing? What are you doing? No, what are you doing? What are you doing?
What are you doing?
So, of course, we'll be continuing the live build on Rivendell. And we're actually on book 3 now. I did a lot of building over the course of the past week to get more of it done. I'll show you guys what we've got done here in a little bit.
Here, I can move it now. I just want.
Well, I figure we wait until a few more people show up.
Oh.
But we are. The missus is building book 3. I keep trying to say bag 3, but it is book 3.
Book 3.
Yeah.
So this is the big one.
This is the main section.
Yep.
I have the gazebo section done, and then the tower section done. Which we have them right here. I'll show you guys here in a little bit. And so we'll be doing that. And what else is on today's show? Of course, we will be continuing the Can You Guess It for your chance to win the Lego moving truck. So that will be towards the end of the show. And also, I have a little bit of a semi-controversial topic. We're going to be talking about are the stories in the modular building sets, are they overrated? So we'll be talking about that. We'll be talking about a new new Lego video game that's in the works. And we'll be also talking about what Lego Lord of the Rings sets would we like to see made going forward. So all things considered, I think it's a really big show.
Really big shoe.
And let's see what the chat is going on. And Stud Sidious was the first one here today.
Hi, Stud.
He says, let's get ready to build. Miranda is here. She says, hey, Mikey, I have all in my Lego City. Well, that's great. Congratulations. King Ollendorf is here. He says, fun fact, Mikey doesn't want to do the stream in the summer as his Lego room is likely very hot oven to him. Actually, it's nice and cool down there.
That's probably the coolest place in the house.
Yeah. We're just not home a lot.
We're just not home.
But King Ollendorf is a member, so I got to play his member video that he loves oh so very much. So here it is, sir.
Hello there.
King Ollendorf.
No, happy builder.
Hello, Happy Builder. So that's what's on the docket for today. And you can see Jen is building the main floor of this, the main section of the building. It was interesting that they started with the tower, and then the next thing that you did is the gazebo section, but the main build itself they actually saved for last, and that's unusual for Lego.
Right.
I gotta say.
I agree.
Usually they start with the main thing, or unless it's like a car or something, they might do that first. But
I need that 24.
4 and 5, and that's another interesting thing. I'm glad that she brought this up.
It's crazy.
Every bag in this set has an individual number, so there's not, and it's the first set that I can recall that is like this.
They do have little bags.
There is little bags like inside 25, but there was only one bag for 24, only one bag for 25. There's not multiples with the same number, which sometimes that happens in Lego sets. And then also she's doing 24 and 25 at the same time. And that is also odd. It's not a usual technique that Lego does. So that is some interesting changes. King Ollendorf says, fun fact, I stopped saying hello, Happy Builder, since my first rejection from the Bricklink Designer program and still haven't said it at all.
Oh.
So
you're not a happy builder anymore.
I
like it.
He's not a happy builder right now, I guess. I like the hello, Happy Builder.
I do too.
It's very soothing.
He's got real metallic on his shirt.
So that's one of the interesting things about this set. Another thing is, I gotta say, so far it's a contender for my favorite Lego
got a
set
contender.
today. It truly is. I'm in love with this thing.
You built more of it than I did.
Yeah. The only my biggest.
Honestly, I didn't want to build this today.
Why?
Well, because I wanted to work on my airboard. Honestly,
I thought you got your statue done.
I got my statue done, but that's it. I didn't get the front done or anything.
Well, you can do that in your
Blah blah
personal
blah.
time.
My personal time.
Yeah.
Do I have?
You're working right
personal-
now.
Do I have personal time?
And my only real negative that I could put on this set is the minifigures themselves. And I'm not saying that they're bad.
Well, they're nice.
They're nice minifigures. And there are some things about them I prefer over the originals. There are, but all things considered, I think the original minifigures are superior. And Lego doesn't usually do that. They usually you feel like the newest
They would get better.
They would get better. Where these ones, I do feel.
I think they were rushed. I don't think that they put as much thought into them.
So whichever Lego designer did the minifigures, I gotta say that I'm a little disappointed, man.
Yeah,
A little disappointed.
I'm a lot disappointed. I'm glad we have the real ones
Yeah.
because they're not as nice in my opinion.
And Miranda says, "Hey, Mikey, I have the fire truck done.
Ooh,
Awesome, that's cool.
we like fire trucks.
Yeah, we have a whole slew of them.
We do. There's a lot of fire trucks.
But there are some things about these minifigures that I do like the new Hobbit legs.
I do, yes.
I do that. Like so far with the Hobbits, that is one thing that I do prefer.
And I like the Bilbo because he wasn't an original. So
yeah, they didn't do the old Bilbo before.
So I like him.
I'm looking right now at Gimli. He is one of the more disappointing ones in my opinion. So far.
Well, like I said, it just seems like they didn't spend enough time on him.
The
the old hat is molded like all the way around. It's got like ridges and stuff on it. It's nicer. The old helmet is nicer. And the clothes, they're a little too neat, honestly. Like Frodo and Sam, they're all like super neat, where the older ones are more ruffled and disheveled, like they've been on a journey.
Yeah.
You know?
But the old Gimli is significantly better, I gotta say. Just all around.
Yeah, we compared them all.
Yeah, even the color of his beard, I like the old color better.
And even Arwen, I loved her old hair.
Yeah.
I do like her necklace, that it shows the necklace on it, but her old hair had way more definition to
Here,
it.
let me see Gimli and Arwen. We'll talk about them real quick.
It's just, it looks more fancy and her face is better.
So,
Oh, I'm all sorts of, I don't have any room here, man.
see if that's coming in halfway decent. I'm not saying that the new Gimli, which is the taller one, is bad.
And he's taller. I didn't even notice that.
Well, because he's got the medium-sized legs that can move. I like the color of his old beard better, and I mean the old head is significantly better. Even though it's covered by a beard, you wouldn't think they would put that much attention to detail on it, but they really did.
They did.
But the biggest thing that's super noticeable is the helmet. Everybody's talking about this new molded helmet, yada yada, blah blah blah. The old one is much better. And if you can see it,
I don't know if they'll be able to see
the
it.
old helmet had molded section down towards the bottom of it.
like this right here.
It's actually molded into the plastic.
And it's raised.
Yeah, and then
then this one is just printed.
It's just printed on. So
like this one is way higher quality molding.
Yeah.
Than this one. This one's just a molded helmet with printing. This one actually has molding and it's flared at the bottom. I mean, it's far more superior in my opinion, especially with that molding.
Yeah.
Because it just looks like they took more time with it. This one just looks like they printed it.
Yeah. See, there's a good view.
That's a good image.
Yeah, and like I said, it's not even close. The old helmet is significantly better.
Yeah. I agree.
And then let's take a look at Arwen now. She's actually one of the better ones so far. But even her, I might not even have noticed this originally. Jen pointed it out. Is the old Arwen's hair?
Yeah, look at her. She's got a wave in it. It's
a unique hairpiece to her.
It's not just an elf hairpiece.
And the other one, it's just a generic one. And then the head itself, it looks more like Liv Tyler, honestly.
This one, the older one. And the dress, now she doesn't have the necklace in this one, and she does in this one, which I do like, but this dress is superior. I mean, there's so much metallic on this dress and so much detail, even the back. Like, you can't see it with her hair on, but like the back of Arwen, her dress on the new one is so generic. Like they printed on it, but they barely did any printing on it.
It was like, let's do the bare minimum of printing.
The bare minimum. And look at this one has the lace up back, the corset back. Yeah. And this one has some printing, but barely any. Yeah. It just, they look like they took more time with the older ones, where these ones, they looks very rushed and not as detailed. I mean, that is a gorgeous printing.
So when I do the review on this set,
and the hair, I just can't get over the hair.
That is one thing that I will definitely be pointing out. Again, I mean, if you took
like, I think she has the same hair as this guy.
It probably is.
It's the same exact hair. That's
just making generic elf hair.
Yeah, generic elf hair. It's the same hair on it. I don't know if you can see it. It's not getting. It's not coming in.
Focus.
I know.
Focus.
Well, you can see it. It's the same exact hair for both the guy and Arwen. Where this one, I mean, this one's gorgeous. It's curly all around, like the back, the front. It's
a unique hairpiece specifically to Arwen.
Mm-hmm.
Where the other one, it's just
generic
elf hair.
Yep, generic elf hair.
And it shows.
It does.
And that's disappointing.
And again, she has the necklace, but that's the only good thing about it is the necklace. Yeah. The rest of it, I don't like. I like the old one better. I mean, I like it, of course, I like it, but I mean, I prefer the older one better, even though it's the blue dress.
I mean, we're nitpicking, that's the whole point of it, and yeah.
Well, that's how you compare and contrast.
But yeah,
you nitpick.
It's overall, like I said, I can't say that I'm disappointed with these minifigures. I think that is a stretch. It's that
because it's nice to have another one. I mean, we only had one Arwen before. Now we have two, so it's nice. But
I wish
they would have.
It's that usually when Lego releases a new updated version of a minifigure we've had in the past, usually it's improved upon.
Right.
And
unless it's like a generic like Owen or Harry Potter or something,
But I don't feel like that they've improved upon these at all. And if anything, it's leading me to start to think that around the time that these Lord of the Rings and Hobbit sets and Pirates of the Caribbean came out, that was a really good era of Lego. And I'm starting to feel like it might be in some ways superior to even what's going on nowadays. Even though now currently it's a great time to be a Lego fan. I'm not saying that it's not. But like another thing that I would point to is the minifigures that came on the Silent Mary. Those are great minifigures that came in that set. And just higher quality feeling all around than what came in this set, if I'm honest. Like the plastic feels a little bit different. They feel just a little bit shinier. They just, I don't know. They feel like it was maximum effort put in.
Right.
And that is my one like negative so far on this set is I can't say it was maximum effort put into these minifigures. And, you know, I would beg the question that whoever designed them or whichever people designed them, maybe they don't know the franchise all that well.
Or, you know, they were told to make it cheaper. That's what I think.
Yeah.
It looks like, well, because if you think about Arwen's hair, it's less expensive to make two of the same than two different, you know, because they don't have to have a different mold. But again,
still a cost cutting.
Like
if you put that hair on her,
I mean, even her face though, I don't.
You have to put face. That's what I've heard some people are doing is they're like doing like hybrid versions.
Yeah, I mean, if you did that looks good, but I don't like her smiley face. Her smiley face doesn't look right.
Again, it just looks like a generic flesh tone female face.
Yeah, and they took off the cheekbones that the old one has. I don't know if you can see it. Probably not. Give me the thing. Like the old one has more printing on the face as well, because you can see. See if I can get it to focus.
There it goes. So now you can see it.
You can see, if I sit still, sorry, you can see the lines. See the lines on her face? That's her cheekbones. And that's more distinctive of Liv Tyler.
Yeah.
You know, where this one is just more generic. And I mean.
Not a fan of her smiley face.
I'm not a fan of her smiley face. Her smile's way too big, way too wide. It's just, again.
I will say this. I like the height.
Shorter?
She is shorter because of the different piece that's used. The other one is just a basic slope. Yeah, that they used. And now they're doing more unique things there. So I will say that is a point for the new one.
And her dress is metallic-y, but that's the only detail on it. Like her old dress has so much detail.
And I would also point out that the old one came in the Council of Elrond set.
It was such a small set.
Which was just a little, yeah.
So, yeah, it was like, I mean, probably like a $20 set. It was such a small little set. And to put that much detail into her.
And the new one comes in the, you know.
The $600 one.
Exclusive set.
And we got another. I mean, we did, but it's just put a little bit more effort into it. Especially, I mean, how expensive it was.
So let me catch up with the chat here real quick. King Ollendorf says, "Wait, why am I the only member here? Join in membership, everyone, to make Mikey a Jolly Roger captain." Yes, get your Mikey J Productions membership today, everyone. Trevor's video says, "Good evening. Apologies, I'm late. I was still watching Brick-a-Pick stream." No worries, I understand. We've had a time change over here that you guys. He
was watching it too.
Yeah, I was watching it right up to the very end.
He was still in it as well.
So you know, due to our time change that you guys haven't had yet, you know, it's creating a little bit of a conflict.
A little.
Hope I didn't break that. No.
Oh my gosh.
Well, these clips on some of the older ones.
Right. Don't be breaking stuff.
King Oldorf says, still look the same to me as I don't really care how the minifigures look different. Well, to each their own.
Right.
But I do. And Richard Cranium is here. He says,
Hi.
hey guys, happy Tuesday.
Happy
Glad you could pop in, my
Tuesday.
friend. Good to see you. He says hello to you, my dear, and me, and Georgie, and King Oldendorf. And Ginger's here. He says, hey, I'm just popping in. How is everyone?
Hello.
We
Good.
are
How
doing
you,
good.
Ginger?
And, since Richard Cranium is here, I talked to him a little bit, he and I think it was in one of Mayo's streams a few weeks back. We were having a little bit of a rough patch there, and things are on the bright side. Things are on an upward swing, so
We're not so stressed.
we're not so stressed. So
I'm not so stressed.
now when her eye is twitching, it's because of something I said or did.
Great.
It's not due to outside forces.
Right. Not yet, anyway. Give it a couple weeks. I might be back to it.
So now, obviously, we have this beautiful Rivendell here.
Oh, do you want to show it now?
Yeah, let's take a look at what we've gotten done, or I have gotten done, I should say,
Right.
because
Mikey J.
there's a dirty, rotten rumor going through the Lego community, the Lego YouTube community, that Mikey J does not build.
A dirty, rotten rumor.
Yes.
Well, look at folks. This is what he did.
I did all of this.
Sorry, I don't have a whole lot of room here.
So I did
Show everything.
100% of this bad boy. She didn't.
Well, I
even,
started this.
She started the tower.
Here's the tower. You can't even see the tower. It's so tall.
Yeah.
What's this?
That's what Mama's
That's
working on
Mama's.
now.
That's what I'm doing now. But yeah,
What is it?
dirty, rotten
What is
rumor
it?
that Mikey
It goes
J
to
doesn't
this.
build. It's the middle of the.
Yeah.
It's the big building.
So
When he did this intricate work, he did all the trees. He did this whole thing. This
Yeah.
whole thing he did, and he did
Can we
the
show my Paw
the
Patrol?
roof.
hold on.
He started the roof.
Back
He
up.
did that fun technique with the roof. If you can see it. Oh, look at those. Those are so pretty. Now,
Yeah.
see, this is where they put all the detail in.
They did, as I was critiquing the
this is where
minifigure,
they actually
the set
shine.
itself is fantastic.
Gorgeous, like so ornate, so pretty. I mean, this tower is just gorgeous.
I actually had 2 YouTube shorts this past weekend that I filmed updating this progress on it. For those that like to watch me in the shorts feed.
And
But YouTube
sticker.
denied it. So
yeah, for some reason they didn't want Rivendell
yeah,
stuff.
every time I did a short on Rivendell, YouTube
I guess the
denied
market's flooded. with
They
Rivendell stuff.
deleted the comments on it, and so if that happens, the video gets buried. So I just
Mhm.
deleted the video.
But yeah, look at how pretty that is. I love the waterfall.
Mm-hmm.
You can see.
Why did you delete the baby?
So pretty.
Yeah, like
Why did you
They
delete
did
the
an
baby?
excellent job on this. I mean, down to the little details like the mushrooms. Who knew that you could make green mushrooms? Oh no. Now I gotta have some green mushrooms in my land.
well, it'll be unique to Rivendell.
But yeah, such a pretty set. I mean, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, I absolutely love it.
Mhm.
And I can't wait to get it finished so we can put it in our Middle Earth display and really show what's going on there.
Okay, now it needs to move. So I need room. Oh, I didn't know this came off.
Yeah, it does come
Look
off.
at that. Fancy. I didn't know that. I went to pick it up and
Fancy dancy underpantsy.
underpants. There you go. All right, give me some space. Give me some space.
Hey, Brick
man.
Enforcer, I see you there.
Hi. Sorry, I got them working on moving the stuff out of the way, so I got some room to build, man.
Trevor says, "Good to hear you're not so stressed, Mikey J." Yes, it's
Yes.
nice to get rid of the stress. Miranda says, "Hey, Mikey, me and my mom, we like Top Gun, that good movie. I still haven't seen the new one, but I've heard a
No?
lot of good things about it. So, it's definitely on my radar or something to check out. Even though, I liked '80s Tom Cruise, but since the '80s have gone bye, ever since then, he's kind of become a weirdo. But
Oops.
I definitely will give the new Top Gun a try, which is saying a lot because I typically, if I see Tom Cruise in a movie nowadays, I'm just like, nope, not gonna do it.
No, thank you.
Richard Cranium said, "That's good to hear, guys. I'm glad things have turned around for y'all. It's just another rough patch that passed, as it always does. Just remember that. By the way, just sent you a DM on Instagram, Mikey. Oh, well, I will check into that."
Thank you for your kind words.
And he says, "Thank you to Trevor and hello to Miranda." And Brick Enforcer says, "Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Mikey J. Hello, Brick Enforcer. Thanks for joining us." And everybody's kind of saying hello and niceties, which is good. Richard Cranium says, "The new Top Gun is actually pretty good, Mikey." Yeah, that's what everybody keeps saying.
It's on our list.
It's on our list that I do want to watch. And Brick Enforcer says, "Top Gun Maverick is great." And King Oldor says, "I got to go now, but be back soon."
All right.
King Oldor's busy today, huh?
Yes. Got stuff to
Trevor
do.
says, "Mikey J, I recommend the new Top Gun Maverick film. You'll absolutely enjoy it." Yeah.
It's
I'm
on
sure
the
I will.
list.
I've heard people say they like it better than the old one, honestly, which
Really?
that's
a big statement.
that is a big statement, but that's what I've heard.
Oh, I don't know. I'll have to be the judge. I do love the old one. That's classic Tom Cruise, though, man.
The old one, it's not just the movie that hits hard for me, I gotta say.
It's the music.
It's the music as well. Take My Breath Away, Danger Zone.
How are they going to top that
Yeah,
with music nowadays?
Yeah.
Mm.
Unless they just put those songs in the new one.
Right, use the old ones because they were.
But that's why, even if I prefer the new movie, think it's a better overall film, the music of the old one will probably keep it pushed ahead for me.
Mm-hmm.
Brick Enforcer says, "I wouldn't go for that. I wouldn't go that far." He said that it's better than the old one.
The old one.
That's just something I heard.
I'll be the judge.
Why does Mama have to be the judge?
Because that's what she does. Mama judges.
I'm not a big judger. Jeez.
Oh.
Well, don't saddle me with that. Oh,
She's not a judger.
yeah. Way to backtrack.
So I did have some small Lego purchases this week. Let's see. Trevor says there is different spins on the old songs. They have done the soundtrack justice. Well, that's good to hear.
I thought different kinds of people.
Those are statues.
Yeah, they're statues. That's why they're all gray.
They're not real people.
They're not real people. Well, they might be real elves, but
Yeah.
Hi.
Well, I got some new collectible minifigures. So I picked up some more orcs. And we went to the Legoland Discovery Center this past week. We were down in the area, so we stopped by. Georgie got some new Lego sets, and
spend too much money on that kid. He's so spoiled. He got 2 new Spidey sets.
I want to show them it. But first, I want to show them these.
well, hold on. Let me talk about
Daddy's
this
talking
first.
about his first.
If he goes and gets them for you guys, I'll show you what he got. But I picked up some collectible minifigure purchases. I got some more orcs. And I got a funny story to tell. So we're down there, and I see another gentleman, similar age to me, and he's at the pick-a-brick wall, and at first I wasn't paying much attention to him. But clearly he was eyeballing me, and he saw that I was over there feeling for minifigures, and I could tell he was getting a little worried because he ran over to the minifigures after he saw that I was picking out some specific ones, and I looked at his pab cup, and it was full of the gray masonry bricks. So clearly he was doing some kind of castle or something like that, and he was almost trying to muscle me out of the way. I mean, he was kind of forceful about it a little bit.
Was he?
He wasn't being friendly about it. I could tell he was worried that I was getting all the minifigures. Now,
You were there first, man.
I don't think he was after these. I don't think he was after the orcs, and that's what I wanted more of. I wasn't, feeling them all specifically. I was looking for, if they had 2 bags in it, I grabbed it. And then because I figured if it's got 2 bags, it's either a falcon or an orc. Even though I was more preferring the orcs. But I ended up getting 5 of these black falcons. I've already changed them out to how they're going to be in my medieval layout. But these are what I think he was truly after, were the falcons. And if you're watching this, dude, I win.
But if he wasn't very nice, though.
He wasn't. He was kind of grumpy at me about it. I could tell he was very concerned about what I was doing over there. So much so that he left his pab wall to come over, and I got all the falcons. I got all the falcons.
There were so many. I'm sure you did.
I'm sure there was more in there, but
there were so many. Oh, where's this go?
Like I said, I was really more after the orcs, and I only got 3 of those. But you win some, you lose some. That's the first time I've run into a little bit of grumpy at a Lego store, about like feeling up minifigures. Besides like employees, like workers, not at a Lego store, but like I'll be in like a grocery store or something, or Walmart doing it. People walk by and give you a funny look, like, "What is wrong with this fool?"
Wish they don't do that to me.
And Richard Cranium says, I made some poor financial decisions myself this weekend and bought some Lego myself.
Ooh.
Can you guys hold on for a minute?
And Dominic Z is here. Hello, Dominic.
Hello,
How are
Dominic.
you?
I want you guys I want to let the viewers find all the Paw Patrol doggies.
Well, let's put them on here, and we're going to show them on here. We're not going to bring that back over because Mama's building. She needs the space. You can put them on here, and we'll bring them over and talk.
I got some issues.
Uh-oh. Did you make a mistake?
I might have.
Oh,
I
no.
put them out of their hiding places. Come on, Lego.
Oh, I did.
And she was worried about me making mistakes before the show. She was all checking me.
Are you sure that's all?
You want to
Okay.
put them on there?
Well, I look in the bucket that he was using, and there's this slope piece, this little green slope piece. And I'm sorry, Lego doesn't give you extra of these. And I'm like, and then he's like, well, I had to put I had to find a brick, and I had to dig through our stuff because I had brick. I'm like, so this was the piece. There's a missing piece in our $600 set.
$500.
I like $600. Makes it sound worse.
Well,
They are
Well, I'm just saying.
here's Georgie's,
Paw Patrol.
his Paw Patrol
Oh,
squad.
you got your
he
Paw
wants to show you.
Patrols.
These mushrooms are mine.
Uh,
Don't take them.
But
They're mine.
so what happened when I was building the gazebo section? It called for a 1x1 olive green brick, and there was no more to be found in the tray that we used to put the pieces in. So I go back through the directions, and I'm like, well, clearly I either made a mistake somewhere along the way, or Lego gave us an extra slope and didn't give us enough of the other piece.
He's like, it happens. It happens.
well, it
I've
doesn't.
never had anything like that.
Tell me down in the chat if Lego shorted you a piece or something somewhere along the line.
I've never been shorted. Usually it's in my bag.
I double checked the bags. It wasn't in the bag.
And I never have leftover. Like he had those left over, and he had little one
I
by
had some
two
plates left
little 1 by
over.
2 plates. Like they might give you one, but they won't give you 2 extras. And there was a tile.
Well,
A
they
1 by
could-
2
They
tile.
could give you extra tiles.
Not 1 by 2s, 1 by 1s.
I didn't make a mistake with the tiles. I'm here to tell you.
I didn't go over it with a fine tooth comb, but
So
I gotta give you crap you never build.
and so either I made a mistake or Lego made a mistake, but luckily we had a piece in our collection, and so I used that. And I wasn't going to go back over and stress about it. I'm like, the dang thing's built. It's not like there's a problem somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Trevor says, I don't know what it is about Lego. It always makes me financially irresponsible.
I know.
Isn't that the truth?
That meme, yeah. There's a meme out
yeah,
there.
I wish I could find it.
It's with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
And it's like people see my Lego collection and they think I got loads of money. No, dude, I'm just really irresponsible.
Yeah, that's like I would say to everybody out there watching us, like,
We do
if
not
you think
have
you're like
tons
we're
of
like
money.
super rich or something, no, we're just really irresponsible. Brick and Forces says my Lego idea construction set came this weekend. I'm sure that's gonna hurt, Gene. Yeah. Mikey Dominic says, Mikey, I found a rare 1994 Tommy kick line. Lend me a light candy plush today.
Ooh.
And the eyes still light up like they used to. Oh,
Nice. Wow. That was a score.
Yeah. Trevor says, Brick and Forcer, that's going to be a chunk of money you'll be parting with. Brilliant set, though. I am only jealous. You know, that's what we don't do a whole lot.
We don't vacation very often.
I mean, we do have a place up north that we go to every summer,
but that's it.
And we basically go up there and do the same things we do at home. We're just in a different location.
Right.
I
get to swim.
Yeah, we get to go to the beach up there, which is nice.
Yeah.
As some of you maybe know, maybe most of you probably don't. We do have a special needs daughter, and she requires very, intense care, very specific, very regimented care, and it makes it difficult for us to, we can't just on the whim, drop everything we're doing and, go here and do that and go there and do another thing.
A lot of places aren't very accommodating for her.
You would think nowadays it would be, but honestly, it's not. Like, even going into restaurants and stuff, trying to get someone around a restaurant in a wheelchair is
not easy.
It's not easy. And
people aren't as nice as you think.
No.
Like, holding the door for you or letting you go first.
Yeah, that happened just recently.
It's just,
This goes to show how and a little bit of a look into how insensitive people can be out there. It was a mother coming through this doorway at a restaurant, and yes, she had youngest children with her,
kids.
Around the same age as our son, so that they were on the younger side. But Jen's trying to come through, pushing our daughter in a wheelchair
in the door.
And
it's a double door.
And we had and Jen had to back up and let the other lady go
in the snow.
In the snow.
It was snowing outside.
Because her leaving with her children was
more important.
And that's just an example of some of like the little like challenges that we face on a daily basis. So where I'm going with this is
we don't do a lot.
And that's why we spend so much money on Lego.
We live vicariously through our Lego.
And so, we build the world we want to live in.
We do. That's the best thing about Lego. I want to live in Hobbiton. I'm building a Shire.
Yeah. Always wanted to be a hobbit.
I always wanted to be a hobbit, right.
Brick and Forcer says, I was lucky to get it. Richard Cranium says there's rich, and then there's Lego rich. Rich, you can afford anything. Lego rich, you can only afford Lego and can't afford lunch. That's us.
That is us.
If you guys see most of the clothes I wear, you'd probably laugh.
Well, we will every single Lego.
Because if the choice is new clothes or Lego set, I can ride that shirt for another year.
There's not that many holes in it.
Trevor says, I think to myself that I don't go out to the pub regularly. I don't go to the gym. I don't smoke. So why not treat myself to a hobby that I really enjoy?
Absolutely. Here,
Yeah.
here. I like that. That's how we feel. We don't get to travel the world. So.
Richard Grady says Mikey J is going to have to whoop some single mom at the Applebee's entrance. Not me, but Jen was about to whoop her.
No, I wasn't. But I was upset because it was, yeah, sure. I'll go out with my wheelchair daughter and we'll go back out in the snow so you can't back up 5 feet back into the restaurant. You know, it was just, But that's not the only thing. We get lots of flack like that. I mean, some people just stare at us.
Here you go, Richard Crane. This one's for
All
you.
right,
got-
you primitive screwheads, listen up. See this? This is my boomstick.
Some lady's butt. What's that?
Richard Crane says, LOL, I have 30 hobbies. Yeah, I have a ton of hobbies as well. So much so that I've had to like cut back on most of them because Lego is such an expensive hobby.
It wins all the time
Yeah.
because they have such cool stuff that comes out, and we can't not get it because we love it. We want it, you know.
There was a couple of years there that my video game stuff, my arcades was winning over Lego. It was. But I still managed to get the Lego sets I really wanted during that time.
But there wasn't big, like,
Castle wasn't back yet. We got the
Right.
Pirates of Barracuda Bay and got the Creator 3-in-1 pirate ship. And I picked up both of those. And then there was modular buildings, which I have a hot take about modular buildings that just reminds me of. I was thinking about this in a Brick-a-Pick stream. And let me preface this by saying it's not that I don't like modular buildings. I do. I think they look great in building a city and everything, but the build experience themselves is all right. It's all right. It's not bad. But there's plenty of other Lego sets that I think are more fun to build than not just a modular building, but any kind of modern day building, whether we're talking about a house, a modular building, even the Home Alone house, is all right. I mean, I enjoy it. But the build on Rivendell blows them away.
now the Home Alone house.
Rivendell blows the Home Alone house away.
Absolutely. But in terms of that versus the modulars, it blows the modulars away.
Yeah,
Because
I agree.
it is that has some fun techniques in it. And the fact that that opens, I mean, no. That shouldn't be on the same level as the modulars.
Because
that one actually was
I
fun.
recently finished the Jazz Club. I got a review coming out on it. I don't know if it's this week or next week, but soon in the near future. And the Jazz Club, it's a good build. I'm not saying it's not a good build. But I was just hurrying to get through the darn thing, get it over with, and put it into my city. Because once I put it into the city, then I can have more fun with it. But the actual build itself, I was just kind of like, Whereas Rivendell is an enjoyable build. The castle back there,
Oh my
that was an enjoyable build. My pirate sets are enjoyable builds. And I even said this in Brick-a-Pick stream. I would venture to say the Harry Potter sets are more enjoyable builds. Like there's just some things that you enjoy the building process, and there's other things it's just more about the end result. And the modular buildings to me are just more about the end result. And And that's why, I kind of chuckle when I hear people talking about how exciting and fun modular building builds are, because I'm just like, but if you knew, but if you really knew, like I'll go to my grave saying the most fun thing to build is a pirate ship. A good pirate ship, that's where I'm giddy. I'm like,
What was that again?
Let me catch up with the chat.
What's this?
Mistakes were made.
Mistakes were made. Where'd that go? Oh no.
Dominic Z says, Mikey, I'm excited for the second wave of Lionel Taurus animations collections. Cool. And Trevor says, life is to enjoy. After all, we'll only on this earth once, so enjoy it. Exactly.
I agree.
Brick and Forza says, the Arcadians. It's interesting that that's close to something there. Brickapix is here.
Oh, there it is.
She says, hello there.
Hello.
Brickapix, this is for you.
Slytherin House wins the House Cup.
Like that. So top tips. Please don't forget to click that like button and subscribe for more videos, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
I love it when you shake your fab cup. That's my favorite part. I saw you're building the lake set, Black Lake set. How'd you like that? Is that a good one?
Well, that's what she says. What are we talking about? I heard my name, and I say yes. What I was saying in your stream was that, which I don't know if you saw the comment or not. That I'm not going to say modular buildings and houses, modern day Lego builds like that are not enjoyable to build or that they're bad builds. I'm not saying that at all. I am saying that when it comes to building Lego sets, there's far cooler, more interesting builds. And I would put Rivendell near the top of the list of an interesting build. The Lion Knight's castle was a very interesting build. Castles in general are fun builds. I would say that most of the Harry Potter sets, they're more enjoyable builds than a modular building would be. It's just, whether you're talking about a modular building or a house, they tend to be pretty mundane. You're building 4 walls, you're going to put some windows in there, you're going to put a door.
They're not as magical.
They're not, yeah. It's just like, okay. But again, I'm not saying they're bad builds. They're more mundane, and it makes it hard for me to get super excited about them, honestly. And Brickapix says, I totally forgot the clocks went back for you guys. LOL. You started an hour early for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I had to leave your stream.
Yeah.
I had to get ready, and I didn't want to rush you. I knew you were doing what you're doing. So, but yeah, we had to get ready, and I think for a couple more weeks until your clocks go back. We're on at 9:00 in the UK now.
Mm-hmm.
Richard Cranium says, I actually just doubled up my daily bugle. That was a pretty fun build.
Ooh.
Some of the repetitive steps suck, but when I doubled it up, some mock skills definitely came into play. Yeah, and
that always makes it interesting. Like all my Harry Potter sets, I mock them. So that makes it like double interesting. So not only is the build interesting, but when you double it up, it even gets more interesting because you do your mock skills do have to come in to play.
Well, I haven't built the Daily Bugle, so I'm not going to comment on that. I'm talking about all the modular buildings
and
that
I
I've
think
built.
that one would be an exception to the rule because it's not just a modular building. It is exceptional of a modular building. It's not. It's not like the regular ones.
Yeah.
It has, it's taller for one, and it has a lot more going on the outside. And same with Sanctum Sanctorum. That one was a great build, and it was, that's a modular, but that one is an exception to the modulars because, it had so much going on in it.
Having said that, though, it's an above average build, but I still wouldn't put it on the great category. I don't think
I don't know that I would put it in the. It's just an exceptional modular.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
It's the best modular build in 5 years, probably for sure. The last 5 years, but I mean,
but that's how I feel about the Daily Bugle. I think that would be an exceptional modular.
Well, even like the Ghostbuster Firehouse, even though that's probably my all-time favorite set,
that's an exceptional.
But the actual build itself, is fun if you're a Ghostbusters fan. But if I'm just talking as a straight up Lego fan,
are you telling me how the fact that it opens up the way it opens up is not exceptional to all the modular buildings? None of the other modular buildings do that.
It's a better build than the modular buildings.
And it's bigger, it's wider, it's taller.
This is a much cooler build though.
Well, yeah. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's more. It's not a regular modular build.
I'm talking about the repetitiveness of it. You end up repeating the same things over and over again. Whereas this Rivendell is.
I'm so glad I get to touch.
Has been it's probably been the most unique build I've ever done. There's very little repetitiveness about it. You're always on to something new.
There's always something new.
Yeah.
That's how I felt about the Lion's Night Castle too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not as good as this one. This one's way better than the Lion's Night Castle, but that's how I felt. It's like every turn I took, it was a different technique that I wasn't used to. And I'm like, really? Is that going to work out? And sure enough, it looks great,
That's what I'm talking about. It's the uniqueness.
The surprising.
Yeah, the actual build itself, it was really enjoyable. It's not just, well, here we're going to build another wall.
We're going to build a wall with 4 walls, and we're going to put a little bit of
and then we're going to put a floor on top of it, and do it again up on the next floor. Mm-hmm. There's more going on.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And Brick Pick says the lake set is pretty basic. The figures are the best out there. It's pretty much a Harry Potter battle pack.
Yeah. I'm moving my Harry Potter, and I have a beam in mine, and I was thinking about maybe getting 2 or 3 of them to go around it to make it, look a little bit better for my beam. And it's going to be out in the water, so I thought maybe I'd get maybe another one or maybe 2 other ones.
Richard Cranium says the action scenes in the build do bring the Bugle and Sanctum to life. Yeah, I can see that. And Brickapick says, I'm trying to think if I've ever done any modular builds. Really? And Jacques is here. He says,
Jacques.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Glad you could make it, my friend. You're always a welcomed addition.
Of course.
And Dominic Z says, Mikey, I also found the 1995 McDonald's Kickline Oak Bridge and the Alien Invasion toy collection as well.
Oh my, you are just spying all the good stuff, aren't you?
But since we're talking about modular buildings, I'm gonna pivot into our first topic of today's show, first main discussion point, and that is, are the stories included in the Lego modular buildings, are they overrated? And, I'm going to cut to the chase and say, yes.
I didn't even know that.
They're highly overrated within the Lego community. I've seen so many people talk about how much they love this modular building or that modular building, and they talk about the story that is included in it. And I'm not knocking Lego for including the stories. I mean, that's fun. Yeah, that's cool. I got no problem with that. But it got me thinking, and I went back and looked at a few things here. And I believe it was the detective's office was the first one to include a quote-unquote story. Now, obviously, the story has something to do with the detective. I built the thing. It's got a detective in it. I don't know.
I didn't even know there was a story.
But I mean, the stories have never really mattered much to me. And then I went back and thought about some of the other ones. Now, obviously, the story in the Brick Bank comes to mind because it's got the little money laundering thing in the laundromat. Yeah, that's cool. Again, I got no problem with that. But when I talk about my favorite modular buildings, the little stories are like a small afterthought for me. To me, it's all about the build and how the building looks when it's completed. Or what the building is. Like your city needs a bank, so it's nice to have a bank. But whatever story is involved in it is very secondary for me. And I know people talk about the story in the police station a lot, which we don't have the police station. So I can't talk about what even story is in it. But I hear a lot of chatter about the story. And I'm like, but I mean, it doesn't really matter all that much. And then here's a couple. What's the story in this one? Dude proposing to his girlfriend? I mean, the Parisian restaurant. I couldn't tell you.
Does it have a story?
I couldn't tell you what story's going on in this one. And we got the thing. But again, I hear other, people talking about how great these stories are that are included in the Lego modular building.
I never even heard of
And
them.
I'm like, huh? And then last but not least, the Jazz Club. As I said, I've just built this thing.
Does this one have a story too?
It probably does, but I couldn't tell you what it is.
Well, where do people get all these stories then? Do
Well,
they just make
sometimes
them
in the
up?
directions, they get these little paragraphs and stuff. Ain't nobody got time for that. I'm not reading that. I'm on to the next page. I got building to do. So, if someone could tell me down in the comments what the story is on the Jazz Club, I'd be interested to know. Now, I like this modular building a lot. As I said, I've recently built it. We have a review coming out. But I liked it for the building itself. Like the story, I'm just kind of like, what story?
These tiles are just so beautiful.
So you guys tell me down in the comments, am I wrong in to say that all this talk about the Lego modular building stories is completely overrated within the Lego community? Like,
I didn't even know they were here.
I mean, it's fine that they're included. I got no problem.
It's actually
with that.
Nice,
but I'm not going to say I like this building better than that building because of the story.
Base my opinion on it, right?
Like, who cares about the story?
So I got a little boat. I'm gonna charge you $50 because it's got a great story.
Yeah.
It just makes no sense. I'll buy it.
And I would even argue that the story actually takes away from the creativity.
Right, they've already made the story for you, so you don't have to come up with a cool story.
Yeah,
like me, when I look at the bank, I don't think of the laundry. No, my nurse goes in there and cashes her paycheck. I built the story.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't tell me what the story is. I don't want someone stealing my stuff and laundering my money. I don't like that. I go in there to cash my paycheck.
Brick and Forster says, what did you think about the Monster Fighters haunted house? Now, that is one of the better buildings out there. Yes, I do agree with that. Again, is it as interesting or as fun as a build as Rivendell? No. But as far as buildings go, like modern day buildings go,
it's one of the best
it's one of the better ones. I do agree there. And
it's an exception to the buildings.
That one was a fun build, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Brickapick says story.
You don't know it either? I know.
And Jacques says, yeah, story.
What?
See, nobody, for all this chatter I hear about the stories.
Who are you listening to? Because I don't know. I barely ever heard anything about stories. Who are you listening to?
Richard Cranian says, I'm with you, Brickapix. What story? LOL. I guess I'm not as big of a Lego fan as I thought.
No, that's not true. I'm a huge Lego fan. I have no idea.
I I've just heard some other content creators when they compare modulars.
They compare them by the story.
That's one thing that they say. I like this one better because of the story. And I'm like, yeah, but what about the build itself?
That's funny.
Brickapick says, not being a collector of modulars, I wasn't even aware of this.
I am a collector of modulars and I have no clue.
And Richard Kratom says, LOL, what's the bookstore where they keep all the stories? Yeah, I didn't even include that one because again, what's the bookstore story?
I don't know.
Like,
see, I like making my own stories.
Well, honestly, I very rarely keep the minifigures that come with a modular building in the modulars. I will completely just customize it, and because that's part of the fun of it, right? For me. I mean, they're just, as I've said a million times, they're just yellow minifigures for my city. They're not really all that important. Now, if a guy's like a pizza man and he's got on a pizza outfit, then yeah, I'm gonna keep him with the pizza store, or the pizza restaurant. Oh. But if it's just a dude in a green shirt, just random green yellow dude, guy. I mean, I tend to just throw them into our bin and and do whatever I want with them. If I want his head, he'll go on a different head, or
1, 2.
Dominic says, Mikey, there's also a Korean dubbed version of the Kickline Oak Bridge and the Alien Invasion trailer from 1995. Only the audio exists.
Ooh. Fancy.
Jacques says, same here, but it makes for discussion. Yeah. That's why I thought that this was an interesting topic to get into.
Who knows all these stories, man?
Brickapick says, thinking about it, I suppose every IP has a story. And that's admittedly already written. Yeah, and that's probably what's played a role into why they do that, is because like you just built the Black Lake set, what the story is that's going on.
Right, that one's got a built-in story, right?
Yeah.
Like Rivendell, this one's got a built-in story.
Yeah.
So that's probably why they did it, because everything else has a story.
But that's what
it just felt.
That's the biggest thing that is lacking if you're talking about we're talking about Lego City or the modular buildings or anything for modern day towns, is that the story aspect is going to be quite a bit stepped down compared to even Castle of Pirates, because we can talk about the factions and what's going on, and and my blue coat governors over there. It's even though they don't necessarily include a story for it, it opens up the creativity in your mind to make up your own that's so strong. Whereas people singing at the jazz club, it doesn't really causes the same type of feeling.
Well, what did you do with that?
I kicked the jazz band out, and I put
a jazz club,
and I put in a rock band in mine. Jazz, and then up in there's the studio, the dressing room in the top floor. The singer of the jazz club, because I kind of like the outfit that she came in. She reminds me of you, Brickapix, in all honesty. She's got a nice dress. She's got the same kind of hair that Brickapix likes. And I made her the singer of the mariachi band, and they're going on next.
Uh-huh.
They're up in the they're up in the dressing room getting ready. But the actual jazz band itself, because we already had a few little mariachi band dudes, and then it came with the double bass. So, I gave that for somebody in the mariachi band to play, and that's if I was more into
jazz.
No, if I was more into doing stop motions, I had a fun stop motion idea, battle the bands. You could throw in the Muppets band, little mariachi band comes on, get the rock band
All right, this is a little intricate here.
King Ollendorf says, now I'm free at last. Free at last. King Ollendorf is free at last. And That was very nice of you, Brickapix.
What?
She says, I can't here. It doesn't let me select it on there. Oh well. Says, like and subscribe, you land lovers. She has been a member for 2 months.
Woohoo!
And
Like and subscribe, you land lovers.
You land lovers.
I had to turn this around because I couldn't figure it out upside down.
And since she said that, I'm gonna go with.
Get down! Pirate Redbeard's back in town! Bury that treasure way up back! He's a Lego maniac! Caribbean clipper setting sail to Forbidden Island jail! Look out, dude! Shark attack! He's a Lego maniac!
Look out, dude! Shark attack!
All right, I got it. Oh, these tiles are so pretty.
Because I'm not gonna play the Dancing Toby for you because I know how you
she
feel
doesn't
about
cringe,
that.
right? She don't like that. Don't give her that one. Oh no.
Brickapix says, "Hey KO, about time you got here so tardy." I know.
He was here once.
And Brickapix says, "Brickapix is a tomboy and very rarely wears dresses." Fact. Oh, and it's all capitals. I didn't say you were the jazz club singer. You are in Slytherin. I just said that she has
your hair.
She has your hair. She doesn't wear glasses either. Eggy Bread is here. Hello, Eggy Bread. He says, hello from the UK. I'm a Lego fanatic. Well, thank you for joining us. We are.
Your name makes me hungry.
She had Eggy Bread today.
I did have Eggy Bread today. They make it look so easy on the internet, but it's not.
Dominic Z says, Mikey here. Also another piece of lost media. The 2011 Taurus Animations Award short film.
Ooh. Short film, huh?
Brickapix says, now I want Eggy Bread.
I know. That sounds so yummy. Now I need Eggy
King
Bread.
Holdor says, Brickapix drunk too many butterbeers. She drunk all right.
Okay.
Yeah, Hermione gets a little tipsy after drinking butterbeer.
Mm-hmm.
So they encourage underage drinking in Harry Potter.
Well, over there, you can drink at 17, I think, can't you?
She wasn't 17 in that movie.
No, she wasn't.
Brickapix says, Zach the Maniac. Yeah. Richard Cranian says, do you guys have sig figs? Yes, sir. It's on my shirt.
Sure do. Sig fig. And David Emperor takes us around.
He does.
We go on
travels with him.
We do.
Cringy Toby. Brickapix says, also from the UK, Eggy Bread, north or south? Oh. And Life Through Lego Bricks is here. She says, hi, Mikey and Jen. Hello, hi. Life Through Lego Bricks.
Welcome. Did I do that right? I did, okay.
And Brickapix says, you can drink at 16 if you're having a meal. If you're just drinking, it's 18.
Oh, 18.
So how do you... Seems like that opens the door for a lot of... What? I got me a snack. I got some pretzels. That's what I would have been saying when I was 16. What? I'm eating pretzels.
Well,
don't limit how many I can drink. I got pretzels.
I'm sure it means in the restaurant, dear. Like in a restaurant at a meal.
Brecca Forster says, what is Eggy Bread?
I don't know, but it sounds delicious.
You made it. How do you not know?
I don't know that that's Eggy Bread. I just made some kind of bread.
She made some kind of concoction. And did she offer any to me? No.
You made toast. And I said I didn't want toast.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know you were going to come in there and make some Eggy Bread.
Well, I didn't know. Okay, this is making me hungry.
We haven't eaten since then.
Oh my gosh, right. Now I'm starving.
Dominic Z says, Mikey, it was a crossover where we see all the characters from the Taurus Animations universe.
Ooh. I like crossovers. Was that your tummy?
Yeah. Richard Crane says, DM me a pic of them and I'll put you in the city. Okay.
For sure.
They're pretty basic parts, honestly. Especially if you have all the modular buildings. You know, back to that. See, I take the characters that come in the modular buildings, rip them apart, and do what I want with them. Brickapick says it's French toast brick enforcer. Oh. Well, that's not what she made.
I really don't know what I made. I saw some people do it and it looked easy, and then I did it and it wasn't easy. Like they put scrambled eggs in the pan and then they dip the bread and turn it over, and then they have 2 slices of bread, and then you're supposed to flip it and then make like a sandwich, but mine didn't come out like a sandwich. I don't know what I did.
Brickapick
was
says,
good, though.
Has to be a main meal, Mikey, LOL. However, in our restaurant, you have to be 18.
Uh-oh.
So you can make your own rules, huh? And Richard Crania says, just Googled it. Eggy bread is, in fact, French toast.
I do love French toast. Mine wasn't sweet like that. Mine was savory.
That goes to show how deep the UK versus France stuff goes, that they refuse to acknowledge French toast. Instead, they're going to call it eggy bread. We are not going to acknowledge it.
We are not French toasting it.
And we don't have French fries. We have crisps.
All right. Just go back to Lego talk, man. You guys are making me
Dominic
hungry.
Z says, Mikey, we also saw Agent Domino arguing with Ursov Romanoff and Agent Tripp and Susie Sterling.
Ooh.
Oh. Brickapick says, no, that's not French toast. You basically wisp up eggs and milk and then dip bread into it so it's saturated and then fry it in butter.
That's French toast.
Yeah.
I usually put vanilla inside my egg to make it sweeter. Yeah. That's not what I made. So no, I didn't make eggy bread. I don't know what I made. It didn't work though. It just ended up being like almost like
I thought she was making an omelet.
An omelet with bread in the middle.
Yeah, a bread omelet.
Bread omelet. I put some cheese in it. A cheese bread omelet.
Cheesy eggy bread.
Cheesy eggy bread. No, eggy breads are French toast, they said. Get it right, man. 2, 4, 6, 8.
Brickapick, Life Through Lego says, Brickapicks, I read that you wrote earlier that you do not wear dresses. I usually have jeans, so I do not wear dresses either, usually. Brickapick says,
I like dresses.
It gets worse the further up north you get, Mikey J. I'm pretty sure there's only a north-south decide because some parts of the south are closer to France than us.
Oh.
So the closer you get to France, the more accepting they are. The further you get away, they're like, no froggies here.
Froggies?
Yeah.
What are froggies?
That's what they call them in England. They call French frogs. The reason I know that is from American Werewolf in London. The guy tells a joke.
They call the French frogs?
Yeah.
Huh. I thought you were still talking about fries. I don't know. I was still thinking about
Brickapick says,
fries.
I did wear a dress on my wedding day and special occasions. King Oldor says, Mikey, how you enjoy D&D Dynasty Warrior so far? Yeah, I like it, man. I dig it.
Oh, I already did that.
My plate is pretty full on MJP. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm doing my best to keep up with it. So far, so good. This past week, my Lego stuff got a little bit behind, and so I had Lego stuff and MJP stuff to do. So I felt a little overwhelmed there. That's why that one video it was a little late that one week, is because of stuff like that. But I'm trying to work ahead and prevent that from happening. And I don't think Jen's going to be doing the Hogwarts Legacy stuff forever. So, or are you?
Till I get through the main story.
Till she gets through the main story.
I want to at least get through the main story.
Yeah.
I finally got Beasts, and I'm very excited about it. But you guys won't see that for a while because.
Yeah, because I took her down because I was doing 2 videos some days, and I just said, no, that's just too much.
Yeah, I got myself a Thestrial and a unicorn. I was very happy. quite excited about those.
King Oldorf says, Brickapix is a special occasion count towards display at Brick Show. Ooh, King Oldorf's wanting to see you in a dress, Brickapix. And she says, no, does not KO. That would be other people's weddings.
Ah. Gotcha.
And Life Through Lego Brick says, Brickapix, okay. I have at rare times. Was a guest only about 2 weddings. I never be a bride myself, and that is boring for me only to be a guest. Have not found one that brave. Well, King Oldorf's in the market.
Is he brave?
Is he brave? Based upon our adventures in D&D, I would say no.
He goes a running. It gets him in trouble. On that note. Let's change the subject. 1, 2. Yeah, I really wasn't interested in building this today. I really wasn't.
Well, that's just nonsense.
I know. Well, the last time I came down here, I came down a little late, and so I didn't get a whole lot done.
Before I move on, I want to comment on this. Brickapix says the truth is to catch them when they're young and stupid. Life Through Lego Bricks. I mean, what's young and stupid? Jen caught me when I was 28. Was I still pretty young and stupid then?
No, I thought you were.
Because I thought we were both a little bit further along in life, and I would actually say
it's better because when they're young and stupid, they blame you for holding them back. That's what I had anyway. It was my fault that we married young, and so he didn't get to sow his wild oats, so he had to go cheat on me a million times. That's the young and stupid ones. In my opinion. And they just blame you for everything.
So, in other news, we have a new Lego video game coming out, and I thought that this would be a little bit fun to talk about today.
Oh.
It is called 2K Drive, and I caught this through Promo Bricks, and it's going to be like a Mario Kart style racing game. And I think that this could end up being a little bit of fun, especially if you get to design your own vehicles. You get to build
your own vehicles. That's fun.
Yeah.
That is fun. I like it.
And what's interesting is it's made by 2K Games, and they're a pretty good game developer. I play NBA 2K. It's one of my favorite games, and I also play WWE 2K. So they're a pretty good studio.
It's a pretty big studio.
Yeah,
too.
so I have some
high hopes.
Yeah, and then Promo Brick says already last year there were the first rumors about upcoming Lego game under the 2K Games label. It is now clear that the game is called Lego 2K Drive and will most likely be released this year, because the game is currently in closed beta phase, according to various leaks on Reddit and Twitter. The first pictures of the game show that it is obviously an arcade fun racer similar to Nintendo's Mario Kart. Your driver has lots of funny racing cars at his disposal during the game, which you can probably put together yourself as you wish. It is not known whether you can also customize your character, and given that it is Lego, it does seem unlikely. It doesn't seem unlikely. It does not seem unlikely. And so far, it says there's 8 tracks. I look through Lego 2K Drive main menu reveals the game can be played alone with friends or online and multiplayer. There is also a garage where you can probably marvel at your specially created racing cards. Apparently, at least 8 routes are included from the start. It refers to runway roundabout, a race in an airfield in a desert, rapid falls, rocky area with waterfalls, swampus running through the swamp, cat scratch freeway, racetrack with a giant cat decoration, down on the farm, glazed overdrive, desert race with a giant rolling donuts, headless horsepower, scary track, and chasm crossing, a spooky track. Now I will say this, this might be a little bit of a missed opportunity here with these racetracks. Not that some of them don't sound nice and all. But a pirate racetrack, a castle one, a forestman one, and there's just incorporating. Obviously, they're not going to
The
incorporate
classic Lego set.
Yeah, obviously they're not going to include, Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings and Star Wars because they'd have to pay for the IP for that. But the in-house themes that they have, even like Ninjago, I feel like that might be a little bit of a missed opportunity there, 2K Games, that I would look into before the game actually gets released. And then it says, according to the league, the respective levels should offer between 2 and 5 minutes of racing fun, with both conventional races with a certain number of laps to be completed and sprint races. Also similar to Mario Kart, there should be different types of terrain that your vehicle automatically adapts to. There is talk of road sections, off-road segments, and water rides. The runaway roundabout route also leads us to believe that flying will also be possible on some routes. In addition to Lego 2K Drive, there's also rumors last year that 2K Games is developing is a Lego football game and another sports game that has yet to be revealed. The Polybag 30629 Phineas Dash, which appeared on the Lego website at the beginning of the year, proves that there is at least something to the football game, including here a soccer player in a shark costume. The 2K and Lego Games logo adorn the package.
Oh.
Now, obviously, they're when they say football, they mean soccer, not American football. But look at some of the images here. Headless horsepower.
I really think they should take my idea. I wish Lego was listening and do the pullback feature on cars.
Oh, I lost it. Well, anyways, you guys tell me down in the comments if that is something you would be interested in. I know KO he likes Mario Kart type stuff, so that could be fun.
If you build your own car, that's interesting. That's an interesting part. Building your own car and like you said, if they did the classic sets, that's even cooler. Like that commercial they did for the Lions Night with Back to the Future, driving through the castle with the medieval and stuff. I mean, that would be cool for sure. Where does this go?
So King Ollendorf says, maybe Mikey and a member play the game that came out racing each other. Yeah, I might be interested in picking that up.
That is fun.
That could maybe be a Switch purchase. Just especially to see how much it costs.
Right.
Because games like that, we'd have to buy 3 of them, and I don't know if I'm $180 into it.
Yikes.
I mean, again, because now we're talking a Lego set. Nice
Right.
Lego set.
Yeah.
Do I want a new game or
do I
want
want
the
a
Lego set?
Right.
And now back to the chatter about relationships. Life Through Lego Brick says that King Ollendorf, to be by my side, not to be a mama's boy, to tell his relatives what he wants, me, even if his mom and dad would not would defend me against BS persons.
Oh.
Well, yes, you need to have your wife's back no matter what, or your significant other. Mm-hmm. King Ollendorf says, I confuse Mikey. What you mean brave for what? To take on the adventure.
The adventure.
The adventure.
I only have one.
Brickapick says, I see what you mean. To be fair, mine was young and stupid, but then we didn't get married until he had grown up and gotten through his cringe times.
Ah. Well, that was smart.
Brickapick says 28 Mikey J and Jen, so it means you've only been married 5 years. Oh, well, thank you for the compliment.
Almost 10, actually.
10 years.
10 years. This June 15th?
Well, and that's how many years we've been married. And we were together 3 years before we got married.
Yes.
So it'll be 13 years total.
Right.
King Olendor says, Mikey J Productions, just to warn you, you could get the stream taken down if you show screenshots, as other Lego tubers and game tuber got their video taken down. Well, that's good to know. I don't want that. Good thing it crapped out on me then, eh? Life Through Lego Brick says, Brickapix, once I had a relationship with about 11 to 13 years younger man, very handsome in my eyes. We went to see many times Rings, but he was not the brave, did not defend me. They did not like me. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Brickapix says, is it a computer game? Well, I'm sure you'll be able to buy it on PC, but consoles as well. I mean, typically Lego games come out of just about everything. So, King Olnor says, "Yep, Lego racing video game." Brickapix says, "Well, Life Through Lego Brick. It's good that you binned him. Yeah, we don't need those kind of headaches."
No way.
Life Through Lego Brick says, Brickapix, their daughter had already 3 kids when younger, but their son was not expected to be their slave because lived with his parents, no rent paying, because did all what was asked, and we could really not start a family, as he told me he wants to be a dad. Long story, I was really disappointed as I was ready to try, but he just words and many other things. Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry about that.
Brickapix says, Mikey J, it is not.
It's not what?
It is not. What's not?
It's not what? I don't know.
King Olnor says, I still single forever as I always curse. At least I got Lego to support me.
You curse? Oh, you're cursed. Oh,
I believe there's someone out there for everyone. Brickapix says, this year will be our 18th anniversary, but 28 years together.
Ooh.
Oh, look at you.
Congrats.
Brickapix says, I could get less in prison for that. What?
Explain yourself. Less in prison for what?
Explain yourself.
What are you going to prison
Richard
for?
Cranian says, I don't know who's talking about what, but I'll be honest, I'll never pick a new person over family. Just is what it is. Nothing personal, but that person has never been there like family has.
Depends on your family.
Well, it depends on your family, and it also depends on how long you've known the person. Now, if someone new comes into your life, you shouldn't drop everything you've known just at the drop of a hat for a new person. No. But I was talking more, after you've been married and stuff. Like, I can't.
Or together.
Yeah, like, I'm not gonna side with, my dad or my sister or something over my wife, like that's just bad form. And that's just going to cause headaches at home. Brickapix says, depends on how you are with your family, Richard. It's not always as straightforward as that.
It's not, right.
Life Through Lego Brick says, Brickapix, congratulations for your long time together with your man. Okay, well, I got another topic to discuss. One more segment for today's show. This one will be a little bit more lighthearted than we've been here so far. And that is, what Lego Lord of the Rings sets would you like to be made? What Lego Lord of the Rings sets would you like to see Lego make coming up if they continue this theme going forward? Now, I've given this a lot of thought myself, and I've come up with a list. Well, I should say we have come up with a list.
Thanks for including
of
me. 10
Legos Lord of the Rings sets, or maybe possibly The Hobbit, that we would like to be seen made. And I put them in order of 10 to number 1. I didn't give her a say on this. I came up with order myself. And at number 10, this was one of Jen's picks.
Of course, I'm the last.
It is a Lego gold mold like this for the dwarves to ride on in the Battle of Five Armies.
I think it would be cool. Like as big as horses, not the little tiny goats, but the bigger goats. I think because I think they missed that opportunity in the goat boat for Thor. I think having brick built goats on that was a poor choice. I think they should have made big goats like the reindeer and stuff.
Yeah.
That's how big they should have been. So I think they missed that opportunity, and I think I would like to see them do big goats like that.
Now, let me just say that this is both small and large sets. I wanted to get a nice combination because we can't just have all sets the size of Rivendell.
Right.
That would break all of our wallets. And so we need to be a little bit smarter in that. So we got some small ones and some big ones coming on. And I tried to not get too crazy with the remakes. I'm only included one remake in my list. So I see some people already asking for Helm's Deep and Weathertop. But that was number 10. And then at number 9, we're going to go big. And that is Minas Tirith. Now, I know a lot of people would really love to see this get made. And that's why I included it on the list. But if I'm honest, I couldn't put it higher because of how big and grand that it is. That it would have to be a micro figure scale. And you guys know how I feel about that. So that's why it is not up higher. Because, I mean, if this thing was minifigure scale, it would cost like $5,000. And so, but having said that, I know a lot of people would love to see Minas Tirith get made. So I had to include it in this countdown at number 9. And then at number 8, what is one of the things that most people love about Lord of the Rings? And that is, the minifigures. And I can speak for most people out there that they would love to see some just battle packs. And so at number 8, I went with an elf battle pack. This is, it says from the Second Age, but I'm not saying it has to be that. That's just the image that I found on the internet. But just an elf battle pack of a selection of elves. I think most Lord of the Rings fans would be all over. And so that's where I got at number 8. And then at number 7, I went with another battle pack. And this one I would prefer myself. And that is an orc battle pack.
Give us some orcs.
Who doesn't want more orcs? We all want orcs. And so give us some orcs, Lego. Come on. These little battle packs, they would be a nice, cheap way to get some minifigures. And I mean, come on, Lego. This is what we all want. And then at number 6, this was another one of Mrs. Mikey J's selections. And we saw someone do this on Facebook. And it is
and I am doing it. I will.
It is Radagast with the Roscabel rabbits.
Roscabel rabbits. I'd like to see them try.
This was a missed opportunity from the Hobbit films. The Lego didn't do this, but this would be again another nice on the smaller side set that I think fans would just eat up. And so that is at number 6. And now we're into the top 5. And at number 5, I went with Edoras from Rohan. This would be another nice size set, but I know a lot of people are saying Helm's Deep. Helm's Deep would be great, but I would actually rather them do Edoras myself, just because Lego's never done this, and it would be another great build, and we could get some Rohan army building going on through it. And I mean, and it's featured quite a bit in the films as well. I mean, almost about as much as Rivendell, honestly.
27, please.
It's right there.
Oh. No.
Look at the numbers there.
Well, you got 29 on top of 27.
I just threw it there.
Well, I'm just saying. Sorry.
Dump your bag.
I'm dumping my bags.
And then wait for her. All right. Now at number 4, I went with a fell beast with the Witch King riding. Would be very much preferred and desired by many people. Even though I'm not a huge brick built fan, I'd rather it be a molded animal. I feel like that this is just something that Lego needs to make happen. A fell beast with either just a ring wraith or the Witch King as well would be nice. Riding. I mean, what Lord of the Rings fan would not love to get this? I mean, come on. Oh, I'm reading through some of the comments. Brickapick says the big elephant's an Oliphant. Yeah, that's interesting.
The what?
Oliphant.
Oliphant.
Yeah, I didn't include that, but that's not a bad one.
That is a good one.
That is a good one.
I forgot about that one.
And then at number 3, Balrog. Who wouldn't like an awesome big Balrog?
Right.
Now that would be cool. I believe this is from the Lego Lord of the Rings video game. I believe this image. So they already kind of designed one.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, a Balrog. I mean, come on, Lego. You made one in the Brickheads, but
I know.
And then at number 2, the only remake redo that I included in my top 10, and that is a direct-to-consumer version of Bag End. This is, I mean, other than Rivendell, you know, and our number 1 pick, I feel like that this really could happen and should happen. I mean, people love the Shire, people love Bag End, and a proper like direct-to-consumer version would be really, really nice. And who wouldn't be all over that? I mean, the Shire is just such a happy, wholesome place. Who wouldn't want to live in the Shire?
I want to.
See, everybody wants to live in the Shire. And then at number 1, this should be really no surprise since there are leaks and rumors of it possibly coming sometime in the future, and that is Barad-dûr, the Sauron's tower with the great eye, and this should include a Sauron minifigure, possibly more Nazgul, ring wraiths, Witch King, lots of orcs. If the rumors are true, which I have no reason to believe they are not, I think that this set will happen, especially if Rivendell keeps selling well. Hence why I keep pushing it on you in your stream, Brickapix. And I push it on other people in their stream because I want Barad-dûr. Even if we don't get any more Lord of the Rings sets other than Barad-dûr, I want Barad-dûr to happen. We're getting all the good guys in Rivendell.
We need all the bad.
Now we need all the bad guys. And that would make me happy as a Lord of the Rings fan and a Lego fan. So tell me down in the comments what you guys think. What sets would you like to see made? And let me see. Let me go back up to the top. Brick Enforcer says Helm's Deep. Yeah, I knew a lot of people wanted Helm's Deep. I thought about including it, but I didn't want to do a bunch of remakes. That's why because there's so much that, you know.
There's so many other things.
Yeah.
I know Helm's Deep is what everybody wants, but.
And you can actually get Helm's Deep fairly cheap if you're okay getting it without the minifigures. We bought all the parts for it for what? Around $100 or something, wasn't it?
I don't know.
But not too bad for, to build it.
Uh-oh.
King Oldendorf says Weathertop is most for me as I feel Abandoned Fortress. I think, yeah, Weathertop is another one that could do a proper remake as well. But again, I was trying to not include too many things that are too many remakes. Brick and Forster says The Shire. Yeah, that's why I did do one remake, and that is for The Shire because we all want The Shire. And then down here he says The Prancing Pony. Yeah, I should have included that.
Should have included that. We did a Lego Ideas.
We did,
video
yeah.
on that.
Okay. Well, whatever was number, your goat's getting booted for Prancing Pony.
Okay.
She's okay with it.
I still think they should make big goats, but
we'll put the Prancing Pony in there.
If you wanna boot my pony or boot my goat.
Brickapick says definitely The Shire and Helm's Deep, then the Hobbit one where they go down the river in the barrels while being shot by the elves.
The barrels, that's a good
barrel
one.
rider.
They did an indoor one of that, the barrels, and it had like where it flipped and stuff, but it was the inside of the elf lair, whatever.
King Oldendorf says we got an orc already, Mikey. Yeah, but it's not the same. It's not a bad substitute. It can work in addition to, but like Brick and Forster says, they should do battle packs of every race. I agree. And I would have included Gondor and everything, but to me, it's the elves and the orcs are the two best ones. And Brick and Forster says complete Ring Wraith set. Yeah, I actually made the 9, but I had to, get a little creative with it. But
yeah, that would be a good one. Nazgul.
Yeah. And Brickapick says, Mikey J, I just sent you a rather crappy pic taken from a vid of an Oliphant that was a mock at Bricktastic. Oh, that's cool. And I see you guys are still talking about love and all things. Carry on.
Love and marriage, love and marriage.
Carry on, my wayward son.
Go together. Uh-oh.
Like horse and carriage.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you make a mistake?
I didn't go high enough. Supposed to go higher.
So as I gotta move right along here as we're getting towards near the end of the show. And next up is time for everyone's favorite segment. Can you guess the Lego minifigure? And again, you don't win anything today if you correctly guess it, but you will get entered for the Wheel of Names or some kind of name drawing for your chance to win this here moving truck gift with purchase. And we're already up to what? We're going to get just 10 entries total, and you can have more than one entry. And if you don't, I know if you already have this and you say, well, I don't really want that, don't stop that from guessing, because you can get something from our merch store or something instead, and we'll save that for another lucky winner down the line. So that is the dealio there. And I'm going to play the vid, and then we'll get back with getting the guessing on. And again, it is the first correct name in our stream on StreamYard that we see is the winner. And so here it goes.
Time for another exciting episode of Guess That Lego Figure, where it's up to you to decide which Lego figure we got for you today. With all the Lego figures out here that we got under one roof, we're going to leave it up to you to decide which one it's going to be. And if you can guess who it is, we will send you a terrific prize. So let's see which one it's going to be today.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
No one?
No one? I haven't seen any answers yet. Did I stump everyone? Did I stump the great Oldendorf?
Uh-oh. Is Infamous Convict here?
Richard Cranium says he is not real Lego. He is not yellow. He is real Lego. And since he is, no, it is not Peter Parker. Since he is, flesh toned, it should automatically get you to think it's, from a licensed theme. Nobody?
Wow, crickets.
Did I actually stump the Oldendorf?
Uh-oh.
Yes, it is. Ooh, Brick a Pix!
Oh!
Brick a Pix is the winner!
Woo! Good job.
Good job, Brick a Pix.
Did you look it up?
Or did you know it?
Or did you know it? Right.
And that is Zach Mitchell from Jurassic World. Yes.
Georgie was all mad.
Georgie did not want me to use him. He's like, what are you doing with that?
He needs his brother.
And this is why I picked him. That torso is from City. Yes, that torso is very common.
Very common.
And I knew that would throw some of you folks
I think it's
off.
a Harry Potter torso too, isn't it?
I knew it would throw you guys off, and that was all part of my devious plan. I successfully stumped King Oldendorf.
Oh, Brick and Pix got on the wheel.
Yes, Brick a Pix is on the wheel.
Good job.
Brick a Pix says, yeah, I totally Googled that. I did know it was Jurassic World, though.
Well, good.
In full disclosure,
that made it easier to Google it.
In full disclosure, while the video was playing, I had to get on Bricklink and get his exact name because I didn't even remember his exact name.
I couldn't remember his last name.
I was like, I think it's Zach Mitchell, but
we knew Gray. Gray is his brother.
Yeah.
I knew that one, but I didn't know what Zach's name was. And Georgie was all upset because that's his. It's like, why are you taking my stuff? He's very what do you call it? Possessive over his Lego. Because, when he was younger, his daddy had a whole bunch of rules about daddy's Lego.
Yeah.
So now Georgie's old enough. He's like, he has a whole bunch of rules on his Lego.
Brickapick says it's close to Harry Potter torso.
It is.
That is what I thought at first.
Yeah.
I knew people were going to think Harry Potter. Or I knew that they might think Spider-Man, Peter Parker kind of stuff.
That's what Ollendorf said to me.
And he says, nope, you didn't stump me at all, as I'd rather not winning this round this time. Now, I told you if you win, you can get something from our merch store, my friend.
You don't have to get the moving truck.
Yeah. We have that shirt, that D&D shirt Jen made.
Yeah.
Yes, Georgie is our child.
Oh, yes. Who said that?
Lego Ginger.
Oh, yes.
Life to Lego Brick says, I was also thinking Potter at first. I knew that wouldn't be a tough one.
Well, because that red shirt and that gray jacket, that's a Potter for sure. That's a very common Harry Potter look. He was like that in a lot of them.
Ginger says, I also thought it was a custom.
no, we wouldn't do that.
No, that'd be cheating.
That would be cheating, right?
I mean, I have thrown in some custom ones, but they're well-known figures like Freddy Krueger or something that, you should be able to tell who it is, it should be pretty recognizable. And it's not going to just be ones I made. I mean, they're customs that I bought. King Oldendorf says, I know, but I'm busy with a lot of stuff in my mind. Yeah, I hear you. We got all kinds of business going on here too. That's part of the reason this Rivendell isn't done. I don't have the time enough to work on it as much as I would like. You know, because I always got videos I got to work on too. But I put the videos aside so I could get the book 1 and book 2 of Rivendell done, because I mean, 6,000 piece set. I mean,
That's a big set.
it's a lot of building.
It is.
I think it's the biggest set we have.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Well, how many is Ghostbusters?
4,000 and something.
Really?
So is the Disney Castle,
Okay.
and then the Lion Knight's Castle. That one's up there as well. I mean, your Harry Potter Hogwarts Castle. That's probably.
Well,
But
that's
that's how
not
many
one
set,
set.
yeah.
That's not one set.
It's like
Now, the Diagon Alley was one set. I wonder
Yeah.
how many pieces that was. I wonder if Brickpix knows. I need to.
Brickapix says Georgie is very quiet today. Did you lock him in the baby cage? Give him a night nurse? Use the emergency duct tape?
He's actually, he's not feeling so well. So my guess is he's on the couch.
Yeah, and I mean, some days he really likes our show days.
And some days he really doesn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't like it because it takes our attention. Like
Yeah.
he's not in focus. Like every other day, he's the number one focus. Whenever he gets home from school,
Yeah,
you know.
when I pick him up from school every day, he's like, "Well, what are we doing today?"
Right.
And
on our days that we ever show, he's like, oh, because then he doesn't get YouTube, and you know,
Yeah.
he doesn't get the internet, and you know, he doesn't get to play with us as much because we're doing this, and then after this it's dinner time, and then after dinner time it's bath time, and after bath time it's bedtime. So
yeah,
so he's just probably upstairs, and like I said, he's been a little sick too.
yeah, the kid gets sick, he gets over it for a week, and then he gets something else.
Right.
It's a vicious cycle.
Spring break next week though, so he
Yeah.
should be feeling better next week. Hopefully.
Brickapix says Diagon Alley is only 5,544 pieces.
So it's up there.
Yeah, so that one might be our second biggest.
Yeah.
Then, honestly. Which, I mean, when you look at it, it doesn't seem like it. Well,
Yeah, it does. It's got 4 buildings.
I know, but I mean,
It's ginormous. Oh,
I mean, what is Lion Knight's Castle? That one's got to be up there as well. Lego Ginger says, my mom got a new job. Well, congratulations to her.
yes. Congratulations.
Life through Lego Brick says, what kind of a job?
Yeah. It's always fun to get a new job.
And then Ginger says she's teaching. I don't know this word. You would know this word, honey. Phlebotomy.
Phlebotomy. That's like poking you,
Oh.
getting their blood drawn.
Yeah.
Phlebotomy.
To nursing students, which is drawing blood.
Yep.
I want to draw some blood.
Well, that's awesome. You know, that's so needed. Teachers in that profession definitely are needed. Well, because, you know, you don't make a lot of money teaching, but they're so needed. They need good teachers, because if they don't have good teachers, then they don't have good nurses. And if you don't have good nurses, then people get hurt.
And then he says, are you a nurse?
I am. Yes. I'm an RN. I am.
She's registered even.
I'm registered. Yes, I have been a nurse for 9 years. It'll be 9 years this April. Yup.
King Oldendorf says, I did talk with PayPal, but they are not allowing me to use them, so I can't buy pieces for Big Build Mock and opening Rebrickable for Rejected Idea Build as well. So that's why I'm busy this week. Dealing with lots of frustrations, it sounds like.
Yeah. I'm sorry you can't get PayPal worked out. That is such a pain.
Ginger says, yeah, my mom's a great teacher. She is my teacher too. Homeschooled since I was 6 years old.
Oh, well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
We homeschooled last year.
Yeah, we did
COVID.
Georgie last year.
That is so hard. I commend her for how long she's done it, because it's so hard.
Getting him to learn how to read. Once he figured out how to read, it would probably go easier, but still, it was difficult. And we traded off. I did 3 days a week, and she did 2 days a week. Brickapick says, yeah, you go to my doctors and they draw blood and it hurts. Jack of all trades. You go to the blood center and they don't even know they did it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, these are glow in the dark.
I got.
Yeah, he had to go and get his. My Reagan, she's the hardest one. She does not. Are all of the little things glow in the dark?
Glow in the dark.
Yeah, these are glow in the dark.
How do you know?
Because it says right here.
Oh,
Are all the mushrooms glow in the dark?
it must be.
That is even more fun. Yeah, these are glow in the dark.
He says, yeah, she's even testified in front of our state senate. Oh, that's cool.
That's so neat. Wow.
Well, we've reached the 2-hour mark. Why don't you show us what you've got done here today, dear?
It really isn't very grand, honestly, because it's like all the little.
Well, building the floor and everything.
But look at that floor.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that. That is gorgeous. Look at all those printed tiles. I mean, wow. That is a gorgeous floor. I have never seen a floor like that ever. And I have a lot of Lego. So yeah, that was fun. I'm glad I got to do that part because I did love the floor.
Brickapick says, right, gotta go to sleep. Thanks for the stream. Well, you're
Yeah,
welcome.
thanks for coming.
And King Oldor says, do 3 hours mark, Mikey. Oh, my butt hurts.
No, and I'm starving.
You guys made me
I'm
hungry.
So hungry.
Lego Ginger says, yeah, they tried to outlaw it, but she testified in front of Connecticut State Senate. Oh, wow.
Oh, they tried to outlaw what?
Homeschooling?
Homeschooling? Or phlebotomy?
I imagine it was homeschooling.
Oh. That's interesting. I don't know why they would try to outlaw homeschooling.
Well, all right, everyone.
Thank you so much for joining us. We always love coming and chatting with you guys. It's one of the fun things of our week.
It is.
It is.
We very much enjoy it.
Mhm.
And we will be back next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Although it won't be the same bat time for you over in the UK. According to Brickapix, your guys' time is changing. So we'll be back to our normal time for you guys, which it's still been our normal time for us, but you know, it is what it is. Well, everyone, thanks so much for hanging out with us. We appreciate it, and I'll see you on the flip flop.
Bye, everyone.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, we got merch store. If you want to take a little piece of the show with you, you can get it right here. We got everything. You want some Mikey J stuff? We got the Mikey J Productions for you. So take a chance and stop by. We'll take care of you.